So I'm sitting here with Jimbo on Kauai, and Jimbo has some things to share today about Heiaus. These are is a Hawaiian word for a sacred burial site. Is that what the word Heiau means?
Heiau means a place of worship, a place where they gather to prepare for wars, a place where they gather for religious things and for prayers and things like that. Heiau is a very special place of its people and for its people, and nobody but the people themselves supposed to be in those kind of areas because it is sacred to the Hawaiian people. Yeah, so that is where the Heiau is
So,
all about.
so if somebody comes to a Heiau
Hmm.
and they want to do, they feel they want to honor the place,
Right.
how should they act?
Well, first of all, the people that comes here, they should remember that this is Hawaii. This is a place where our people was very sacred. Our people was very family oriented. We was warriors of the Pacific. We was warriors when we were powerful warriors. The rest of the states, I mean, talking about states means the rest of the islands down in the South Pacific and the Pacific feared the Hawaiian warriors because nobody wanted to do battle with the Hawaiians because they was an awesome people. And so, when we talk about Heiaus and how to be treated, it's the first thing they gotta remember. This is Hawaii. This Hawaii is not part of the United States that everybody think it is. Okay, so when you come and treat or look at on Heiau, you don't go inside of it. You stay outside, and you don't take its rock because each rock that is put on the Heiaus or around the Heiaus or in the Heiaus has been all blessed by the Kahuna. The Kahuna is a priest, a very sacred kind of priest, where nobody even want to mess with them. These guys was always in constant prayers, like the Buddha and the rest of the other countries and cultural practicing. The Hawaiians was the same. They was very sacred. You would never see them, only when they come and do certain ceremonies in the heiaus. And they're not really out there and say that I'm a kahuna. They was never like that. A lot of times, a lot of new wave people come here. They like join all this kahuna kind stuff because they think and they hear all these things. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's not real. I know what is real because I've been there. I seen it. I lived it. And so just sharing with you.
So if somebody wants to honor the place and they want to, love the place and honor the place, should they should they leave some flowers there? Should they leave their crystals there? Like how should they how what's the best way to honor the place?
The best way to honor the place is just see it and feel it. And don't bring your crystals. Don't bring flowers. Don't bring anything. Is that gonna disgrace the area? Because it's just like telling us that when we go visit you guys memorial places, you don't want us to bring the food or anything and leave it on top of the gravestones like that. Our heiaus is like a giant gravestone. Leave them alone. You don't come. If you want to come, just come and look at it. And if you want to honor it, you just say a little prayer and say thank you. And that's all you have to do.
From a distance, right? You're saying.
Right, you don't go inside of it because bad things can happen to you, especially if you get bad energy or if you're not a good person. Whether if you're man, woman, or child, the spirits would know what kind of person you are, and they're gonna attack you if you don't watch out what you're doing. So stay outside of the Heiau. You don't go inside, and you know.
I think some people don't understand. It's, because it's a different culture. Because what you just saying, it's a burial site, but it's also a gathering site for the
Right.
for the Hawaiians. So it's not. It's something that people can't even understand.
Yeah.
You can't understand what it is and what's going on. So the best way to honor that is to just look at it.
Yeah. Stay
Just
outside.
look at it and stay outside.
Stay outside. Don't go inside.
Because I've heard of people like play frisbee
Right.
and then they don't know. I mean, they didn't know. But this video here, we want to clarify just a couple protocols. A little bit of like how to act around these sacred places. Just like the idea of again of like walking through the jungle, even where there's not a heiau that's been redeveloped. There's a lot of heiaus where there's signs. But let's say you find like some kind of stones. And what you're saying is if somebody runs into this kind of thing, don't go on it.
Right. Stay off.
Don't go in it.
Yeah.
And that's one way of then respecting the culture.
Well, I know that if you find one Heiau out in the woods somewhere, leave it alone. You best leave it alone because sometimes, again, like I said, the spirit knows you. So sometimes it has this attachment that it's going to attach itself to you, and you're going to bring it home, and you're wondering why a lot of bad things happen to you. You lose families, you lose everything, even your animals you lose. It would take its life from you. So leave it alone. Any hay house you find, leave it alone. But today, when they groundbreaking new areas, there's a lot of hay house being destroyed. A lot of things was moved. A lot of things was digging up. But do you think those people really care? No, they don't care. They like to find the artifacts and they like to sell it among themselves. So when you get into one heiau or outside the heiau you find bodies, they also is buried with their objects. All of them, no matter what it is, you're gonna be buried with your objects. And most of the time, the grave diggers, the archaeologists, they find them and they don't record or put it on record what they find. They always gonna always say they find bodies. So you know what? So quit lying to the people. The people know.
Mm-hmm.
The people know about heiaus. Leave it alone. Yeah.
Kind of makes me think also just like not only heiaus, but like with all these people coming to the island, it's just walking trails.
Yeah.
And all the trails that they've opened up and just like if I wanted to walk up the mountain right there, I might be desecrating an area because I don't know what I'm going, like what's going on.
Well, the sleeping giant right there that you see in front of you, that is in the legends and the stories of our people. It has stories. It had a great battle up there with Cavallo, and the warriors couldn't get up into the mountains because they had cliffs up there, which you can clearly see. But yet they had a chief. They call him Ai Kanaka. That means to eat the man. Ai Kanaka. So Cavallo lost that battle up there. But yet it is a sacred place. And at night sometimes you can see those fireballs flying around or torches up there. But a lot of people said, oh no, that's full, that's fresh lights. People walking down on the trail. But they don't know because they're not from here. They can make up their own stories.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, so I telling the people, don't make up stories. Don't change our culture. Why do you come here and change our culture? Do not change our culture, especially the new wave people, the hippies, I call them, bring their culture and bring the balls that they spin, or they bring the crystals and things like that. Don't even bring it here. What is Hawaii stays Hawaii.
And that's what we said. What you said earlier. If you see a heiau, pray, say a small prayer from looking at it, not entering it, and
not
that's
in it.
that's the central message here today, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Jimbo, and we'll get on to the next.
Yeah, you're welcome.